I mean, it's Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce. Greetings, everybody. Happy Thursday morning to you all. Hope you all had a nice Wednesday night. I'm down a few dollars. Well, I need San Diego State, and I'll finish down a little bit. If I don't get San Diego State, it'll be a kind of a bad night. The one that hurt me was this one right here. Memphis with a 5-point lead with 6 minutes and 40. They finished the game on a 26-4 run. Memphis gave up to finish off that game. That was the one that really hurt me. But honestly, shout out Toast and Spoon. The ones that I tailed from them kept it from being a real bad night. I think I went 4-0 tailing Toast tonight. And then also I tailed Temple from Spoon. So it ended up being not that bad of a night because of the ones I tailed from those guys. Real quick, before we get into anything, I suppose we have to talk about this, which...
Yeah, trade our iron horse away. The guy who started, I think, almost every single time, every fifth day is his day to go. He gets the ball in the bump and shoves. The front office is cheap, so we're gonna have a really young pitching rotation, and it's gonna be back-ended by 45-year-old Brandon Woodruff. So this should be fun. But we got Miz, so it'll be fine. The pitching staff will figure it out, but. Man, didn't want to see Freddy go. Just pay the freaking guy. Come on.
You hate to see it, huh?
That's fine. We'll still be headed to the World Series.
Remember when Spoon told us that Mizorowski was a bullpen arm?
That was.
Hey, he came out in the bullpen during the playoffs.
He did get sent back to the bullpen sometime throughout the season.
So does 40% of everybody's rotation come playoffs. What are we talking about?
No, he was sent back to. Wasn't he sent back to the bullpen during the season for a while too?
No,
I think he was.
I'm just gonna stick with that was a proper assessment of that guy's stuff. He will be a great closer for the Dodgers in about 2 years.
No shot.
All right, so this will be a quick one. It's not the most loaded slate, and Toast is on a flight, right? I think so. I didn't even ask. I'm pretty sure he's on a flight. I didn't even send him the link. All right. First up, Green Bay, Youngstown State. I'm assuming this is TV Jones game.
Yeah, Green Bay's been, surprisingly good in the horizon. They're sitting fourth place right now. They just lost to Oakland by 25 at home with Matthew Golden in the arena. Now you're going to head to Youngstown. Youngstown hasn't covered a game since USC Upstate, and they haven't beaten a conference opponent since December 6th, and that was IU Indy. They're dropping games like flies. I mean, they just lost to Cleveland State. Yes, they've been playing some of the better teams, but they still can't get a win. I mean, some of them they're competitive, some they're getting blown out, but only 6.5. I get it's at home, and I just think the market doesn't really respect Green Bay this year, and I don't think they're amazing, but I think they're far improved from last year, and they're actually competitive and winning games. I'm going to take Green Bay with the 6.5. This Youngstown State, this game should honestly be 2.5, 3 at best. I don't understand this. I just don't think the market respects Green Bay, and they're playing good ball right now. Even if they did lose by 25 to Oakland, who's going to more than likely win the Horizon. It is what it is. They'll bounce back. They're going to get the dub here in the icebox tomorrow.
Spoon went like this. When you said 2.5, 3, it sounds like he agrees that he would lean towards Green Bay.
I'm really confused by this line. I want to take Green Bay as well. I think the 6.5 is a little bit outrageous. I think the money line is live tomorrow. This Youngstown State team, as he said, has not really shown us anything in conference at all. Couple wins early in the season, but that was December 3rd, December 6th. I mean, this is January 17th, and they haven't won a Division I game since December 20th versus Upstate. This is ridiculous at this point. To be laying 6.5, it's a little bit of a telling number from the books, but I don't really agree with that. This is Green Bay or pass.
So you would imagine if you had to guess that this one comes down? Man,
I think so.
I'm not.
So when you're predicting like where the line will move, you have to have confidence that people will have confidence betting that team. There's still a very big stink around the entire Green Bay Division I basketball program.
Just a stink around the city of Green Bay.
Nobody wants
stop
to
putting
just,
words
like,
in
run.
his mouth, man.
He said there's
Nobody's running to back Gottlieb right now. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he said there's.
Like, if you were going to make a list of the worst Division I coaches last year, I think just about every single person in the country would have had Gottlieb in that top 10 list.
Including
top 10, top 2, and probably not even 2.
I wouldn't put words in his mouth. He said there's a stink around Green Bay. That's all he said.
The program. He didn't say anything about the city.
Well, I mean, the professional football team also is also in piss right now.
It's just the cheese.
I'm not doing that right now.
Arkansas State, Georgia Southern. I'm guessing this is Spoon because he's been talking about some Sun Belt games recently.
Yeah, this is Arkansas State for me. I have Arkansas State -1.5, -110. This is a really good Arkansas State team. They're coming off a loss here. Coming off back-to-back losses, and a South Alabama loss in overtime. They had multiple chances to win that game. They did not bounce back versus Troy whatsoever. They lost that game by 24 points. And this is a young coach in Ryan Pannone, one of the assistants out of Alabama, Nate Oates' old coach. And I just think this is a spot where you find a good bounce back. Georgia Southern has a win versus Old Dominion in conference twice. And all they've beaten besides that is Georgia State and Coastal Carolina. They got a very lucky OT win versus James Madison, who's very down this year. So I feel like Georgia Southern's overall value is just overbaked. I think Arkansas State should be laying 2 possessions in this game. So Arkansas State -1.5, -110. This line's moving already.
Yeah, it seems like the poll definitely agrees with you. 79% Arkansas State to 11%, but it also could have been because I spelled Georgia Southern wrong. TV Jones, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it would be Arkansas State coming off that loss at Troy. I know this is their 3rd of 4 straight road games, so not ideal. But Georgia Southern just dropped Coastal at home. I mean, they haven't really looked that good. When they've been at home, 2 of their last 3 have gone to overtime. They've just been playing tight games, and they've struggled to really pull away. I think Arkansas State coming off that loss is going to be able to bounce back after that. And then if Georgia Southern even is looking ahead a little bit, they do have Troy, but Arkansas State's a big school. I don't think they're looking ahead, but I'll take Arkansas State money line. Just don't dig around with laying points here, but I think they win this game.
Yeah, it looks like it is 2.5. You can still get one. You can get a juiced 1.5 on MGM, but it looks like everywhere else is 2 or higher now. So it looks like it's already on the move.
Soft people at MGM.
The softies. Marist Siena, who picked this banger of a game.
That would be me. This is going to be a really good game. 2 of the top teams in the MAAC right now. Marist coming off a very tough game in their own right. I think this is a Marist spot. I took the money line +105. You can get +1.5 for them right now, -105. I didn't think the 10 cents was worth it. I just thought the money line in this position, they're either going to win this game or they're going to lose it by more than a few possessions. Neither Siena or Marist has played a 1-possession game all season. Marist just plays probably the best defense in the conference, and I really feel like defense travels. I don't expect John Dunn to lose consecutive games very often this season in this conference, and Siena looks really good on paper, but I don't think that's going to play that well in conference. They've dealt with some injuries. They're getting some people back. Marist has the ability to play some zone, and Siena really struggles with zone. I think this is a spot where Marist wins this game by 3 to 5 points, and this line closes well. I think this flips back over to Marist being a favorite.
TV Jones.
Yeah, I don't want to fade Jerry at home. Big game, big spot for them. I mean, if they lose this, they're 6-4 in conference play. Merrimack's 8-1. That's kind of starting to slip a little bit, and they've just they've already lost to Merrimack this year at home. So this is a kind of a must-have game. I get Marist off of the loss at home, lost by 13 to Merrimack. Now you're going to hit the road. I think this Siena team is ready. I think Mac is ready. I don't know what the crowd will be like with all this weather rolling in there. So it may just kind of be a somewhat dead crowd, but Siena at home must have a game. I think they find a way to get this done here. I don't got a real strong conviction, but I do think Siena at home is the spot and a must have a game.
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
Honestly, out of the MAAC crowd, Siena shows up. They have a pretty decent building.
Well, there's a ton of weather rolling in, so and a lot of games are moving around. I don't know what these.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah.
South Florida UAB. We're talking American Athletic here. Who picked this one?
Back to back for me here. This is me with South Florida. A really good South Florida team. I laid 1.5 minus 115. Brian Hodgson, another one of these Nate Oates assistant coaches. He's got a slew of them out there right now because he's a really good coach and everybody wants a piece of it. I think Hodgson's one of the better coaches. They're coming off a loss to Wichita State, ranked 99 in KenPom. It was an overtime loss at home. Very tough loss, but outside of that, their only other loss in conference was a double overtime game to this very same UAB team at home. Now they hit the road, coming off that loss. I think it's a really good buy low on them. UAB is also coming off a loss, but it's to Tulsa, and Tulsa's the best team in this conference at this point. They showed it versus Memphis tonight, and UAB really hasn't taken care of home at all this season. They have a loss to Alabama State at home. They have a loss to Troy at home. They have a loss to Wichita State at home. They have a loss to Florida Atlantic at home. That loss to Tulsa. This UAB building I used to have some respect for, but it's just not the same atmosphere it used to be. And I really think the South Florida team is just head and shoulders above them. Statistically, it shows it. I think this is a great South Florida spot. I think they win by 5 points.
And yeah, Spoon said this home environment isn't what it used to be. As he says that, a comment comes in. I have free season tickets to the UAB games. You couldn't drag me to a home game. They suck this year.
So, like 3 to 5 years ago, or in the past 3 to 5 years, like this used to be a building that was packed like every single time. If you pull this game up tomorrow, I imagine you'll see half the seats empty on the.
Why is that? They're just not good?
Not good. Lost Lendenborg too. That's a big draw.
Does the presence of Trent Dilfer just bring down the entire athletic department?
I think he got canned.
He did, but he was there for a couple of years. It wasn't.
Well, they were actually good prior to this, so.
Any thoughts on this one, TV Jones?
Yeah, it would be it would be South Florida for me. Sorry, already lost to this team in double overtime at home, and in that game, they only shot where is it? Yeah, South Florida turned the ball over 14 times. They shot 64% at the line. They didn't play really good ball. In that one, not to mention, I mean, they made 13 threes versus 6, but they still couldn't find a way. I mean, he got outshot on the free throw line. He turned it over a bunch, gave away extra possessions, free runouts. I don't think that happens tomorrow. UAB, this, like he said, the environment's not going to be crazy like it normally is. I think you just take the better team here and move along, especially in a revenge spot.
All right.
I'll be right back. I got to grab some water.
Okay. Next game.
You watching this San Diego State game, Kyle?
Yeah, it's at halftime. I got it on. What are they up to?
Yep. At the end here, we got to sneak in this Merrimack game. It's a really fishy line. I know TV Jones will have a good take on it. Merrimack, Iona.
All right. Well, we're talking Bob Morris, Milwaukee. I'm guessing this is Trevor's game, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any thoughts on this one while we wait for him?
I'm trying to pull up a spreadsheet. I didn't look too heavily into this game. My initial knee-jerk reaction is Milwaukee's a bad team this season. Robert Morris is pretty decent. I don't think 5.5 is too big. It's that fishy number though for Trevor. So trying to pick which way he'll go. I think he'll go Milwaukee. I'd lean Robert Morris though, so
Milwaukee
that makes me think he's
sucks.
definitely going Milwaukee.
Yeah, this is a Bobby Mo spot. Revenge
Minus
on the
5.5.
mind. Yes.
Isn't
Hey, you
that the
said it
number?
yourself. It's a 50-50. You said it yourself.
I know that. Do you know that?
In this situation, I do, yes. It also hasn't been very profitable this year, I will say, baiting that number. But, yeah, you got Milwaukee here. They've lost, 6 of the last 7. They're 1 win, IU Indy. Super sick. But they did beat Bobby Mo by 2 at home earlier this year, December 6th. Now Bobby Morris gets them at home off of a overtime win on the road. They travel back home. Revenge spot. Milwaukee looks horrendous. This has got to be the worst team for
Their last year's Green Bay.
They're not that bad.
They're bad.
They're not that bad.
They're
not
the
that
2023.
bad. They have 8 wins. They have 8 wins in 20 games. That's already doubled what Green Bay had.
It's about style points, and they have done. They're the 2023 Detroit Mercy team.
That team was pretty bad too.
That was bad, dude.
They were bad. But no, I think the spot Bobby Mo gets up, beats their ass, and Milwaukee just kind of does what they've been doing, just not play competitive ball. I mean, they just lost by 18, 13, 18, 3, 6, and 20 in their last 6. The 20-point loss was Wisconsin. Whatever, I'll cut them some slack for that. But yeah, a lot of these games, they have not been competitive whatsoever.
Last game on the board before I get into some NBA. Wisconsin is on the road in Happy Valley. Ooh, can Wisconsin handle a trip like this? Are you back aboard the Wisconsin train, Trevor, or are you still out?
Look, I've always rooted for my boys, but they needed a little kick in the ass. They needed a kick in the ass.
You're not going to reboard the train and not at least admit that you were.
Do you have a full unit on them to win the national championship?
No, not this year. Not this year. I did bet the football team to win the Big Ten after John Gruden's speech. That went horribly. But no, I have nothing for the Badgers. This is a spot I like Penn State. I mean, they just played previously. Illinois, they lost by 8. Michigan, they lost by 2, had a chance to win that game. Purdue was an 8-point game on the road. UCLA an 11, and then Maryland blew them out by 23 on the road. Now you get Wisconsin coming in here. Wisconsin, everybody's bought back in. You beat Michigan. They went to the barn and survived that spot. And then Rutgers, they go in and beat by 9 at home. This Penn State team's been feisty. Wisconsin, everybody's bought back in. They're like, all right, no, this is the team. John Blackwell this, John Blackwell that. They're starting to get it rolling. This is the team we thought they were. This is the exact game they lose. Give me Penn State 5.5. I'll probably sprinkle money line. Penn State's kind of figuring out a little bit. I know they went to Maryland and got their asses beat, but prior to that, they're playing the top dogs in this conference, and they're pretty competitive, home or away. I just think this is a spot Wisconsin goes in, just, whatever, it's Penn State, and Penn State comes ready to play tomorrow and catches them. So I like Penn State with the 5.5. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the money line more than likely.
Any thoughts, Boom?
Yeah, this number's a little inflated from Wisconsin's recent play. I think this number should be closer to Wisconsin minus 2.5, Wisconsin minus 3.5. So it's a little big for me. I don't feel like there's a big enough edge that I need to play it, but I agree with Trevor's take on Penn State here. It's a really nice buy low. You're selling high on a Wisconsin team that just beat the number 1 team in the nation, has 4 wins in a row, and Penn State on the opposite side of that has just dropped their last 5 games in a row. But like he talked about, Michigan, Illinois, Purdue, UCLA, I mean, really good competition. So this is a nice buy low on Penn State. I'm kind of interested in tailing him, but I'm scared of that 5.5 number. He tells me that's bad juju. Trevor,
it's bad to lay it.
Real quick before we get off, what do you think of this Merrimack Iona line? This has got to be fishy. Like Iona, they're not even running out starters out there for all these conference games. They're running literal backups for half of the minutes in some of these games right now. If you look at like the Ryder St. Peter's minutes, the coach is messing with the roster as we go. They only seem to show up in home games. They're playing one of the best teams in conference. It's a 1-point spread. This is a Iona team that has looked terrible. They lost to Marist by like 50 points.
Yeah, I mean, Ken Pom has them winning, or has Iona winning this game, so I'm sure that influenced it a little bit. But Merrimack's been damn good. They've been underappreciated this year, even without Bud Clark. They've still been really damn good. Iona, you're right; they only show up at home, but you get the number one team in the conference coming in. I'm sure you'll get an up spot, but I just think Merrimack's a better team. Um, they play damn good. They can shoot. They can play defense. They can make their free throws. They don't turn the ball over. They're a good team. Underappreciated. I probably will be on Merrimack. They've been my darlings, and they've been cashing. So I'll probably find myself on Merrimack tomorrow. I think they're just catching points because Ken Pom has it as a loss. So the book's like, whatever, just throw it up there and let them figure it out.
All right. I'm going to talk some NBA. Gentlemen, enjoy your night.
Totals.
All right. Whoa, why am I so off center? All right, that's better. All right, NBA, January 22nd. I lost both my NBA bets. It was originally only one, but I added Hornets plus 3.5 last minute, which was... Well, actually, I don't even know if it was a bad decision because that game was weird as hell. But anyway, Nuggets Wizards up first. Let me get the poll up. This number's 5.5 now. I disagree with that coming down. Open 6.5. All right, so we might have a situation here with Denver. So 3 games ago, we saw these two teams play. The Nuggets beat the Wizards 121-115. That was 3 games ago. They didn't cover. They won but didn't cover. Chris Middleton didn't play in that game for Washington. Denver was absolutely dominated on the boards. Alex Sarr was a physical presence in the paint in that game. The Washington Wizards had 17 offensive rebounds against the Nuggets in that game. And since then, we've seen the Nuggets play 3 games. So the Nuggets are now 0-3 against the spread in their last 3. They're 1-2 straight up, with their only win being that game against the Wizards. They've looked terrible in their last 2 games against the Hornets and Lakers. I mean, they're looking fatigued. Charlotte just went into Denver, ran them out of their own gym. It's looking like the injuries are finally catching up to this Nuggets team. Now, Valanciunas is listed as questionable. I personally don't think he's going to play. When he first got injured, they said 4 weeks. It's been 20 days. So, look, I'd be surprised if he's out there. They really need him because the Washington Wizards just had 17 offensive rebounds against them. So I think the injuries are really catching up here to this Denver team. They have not looked very good at all. The problem is, how good do we consider the Wizards even to be right now? I mean, Chris Middleton, he didn't play in that Denver game. He's listed as questionable in this one. The turnovers are really piling up without McCollum to handle the basketball. So I don't know how much I really trust Washington at all right now. I made the game Denver -7, Washington +7. That's where I think the fair number is. So I'll put up Denver at 5.5, but this isn't. I placed 2 NBA bets. This isn't one of them. Yeah, Denver -5.5 at this number, but not very confident. Damn. Oh. All right, next up, Charlotte, Orlando. Man, what the hell was that, Hornets? What did anybody watch that game? I watched the entire game. Hornets tonight. Hornets Cavs. What in the hell? So for those of you that didn't watch, the Hornets were 8 of 47 from 3. 8 of 47. Think about that. 39 missed 3-point shots in one game. 8 of 47. And what makes it crazy is the Hornets were, I believe, the number 2. They might have been the number 1 3-point shooting team in the NBA. They were home against Cleveland, who's dead last in defensive efficiency against the 3-point shot. So you had tonight in the Charlotte game, you had the number 1 3-point shooting team in the NBA at home against the worst 3-point defense in the NBA, missing 2 of their top 3 guards, and they went 8 of 47 from 3. And despite that, it was a 4-point game with 23 seconds left. Crazy. 8 of 47 from 3. You got to be kidding me. Now, they're on a back-to-back. Obviously, the Hornets just finished a game at home in Charlotte just a few hours ago. They've been pretty dominant in these spots. They're 6-3 straight up, 8-1 against the spread on the second leg of back-to-backs this year. They should be in good shape. Obviously, with a back-to-back, there's always a risk of somebody being a last-minute addition to the injury report, but I think we'll see everybody with the exception of Grant Williams. And Mason Plumlee, I think, is out for another couple weeks. I would imagine Grant Williams doesn't play. He just recently came back from a long-term injury. Not sure if they'll play him on a back-to-back. We've seen LaMelo Ball with limited minutes on these back-to-backs, but he does play. So wouldn't be surprised if see LaMelo Ball come out as the sixth-man role. He actually came off the bench tonight. We've seen them do that on these back-to-backs. LaMelo Ball actually comes off the bench in both of the games. We saw that a couple times. So LaMelo Ball is going to play, but don't be surprised if you see a tweet saying he's not in the starting lineup. That they do that a lot. So we should see Charlotte at full strength here. When it comes to Orlando, are we getting Suggs back? And if we are, what kind of minutes limit are we talking about? I mean, is Jalen Suggs back and all of a sudden all of Orlando's problems are solved? I mean, this team's been just treading water since Franz. It was Franz Wagner. Then while Wagner was hurt, Suggs got hurt. Now Wagner's back. He came back 2 games ago, and now it looks like Suggs might be back as well. If Suggs plays in this game, he's listed as questionable. It'll be the first time Orlando's fully healthy in over a month. We haven't seen Orlando with Wagner and Suggs on the court at the same time in a long time. In my opinion, if Suggs is playing, it does seem like the perfect rallying spot for the Magic. I mean, they were just overseas, right? They were in Berlin and then London. You had 3 full days off. So they're back home, 3 full days off with possibly their guy back on the floor in Jalen Suggs. You've got 5 Eastern Conference games in a row. This seems like the perfect, all right, guys, let's turn it up. Let's make our run now. They could take 4 of these 5 games. They could be in really good shape. They just lost a home game to this same Hornets team on December 26th. I think it's a good spot for Orlando to come out with a really good effort here. The problem is that Charlotte's just been considerably better than Orlando, considerably better. It's not even close. In the last 10 games, the Hornets are 2nd in offensive efficiency, 10th in defensive efficiency. So in the last 10 games, the Hornets have been better on both sides of the floor against a stronger schedule. So it's not even a discussion as far as who's playing better. Charlotte's been way better than Orlando. I mean, I'm not laying 6.5. So there's nothing at this number. In fact, I would have to lean Hornets at that number. I would like to get Orlando at a pick or something, but that's not going to happen. So it's not even worth saying. I got nothing here. I'm not taking the Hornets after that disgusting performance against the Cavs. And Orlando 3 days rested at home with possibly Suggs back. It could be a really nice spot for Orlando to show us that they're still a pretty good team. Like the last month, we've kind of forgotten with the injuries. So I'm good on that game. Houston, Philly. Lord help me, I want to bet the Sixers. For those of you that have been following along, I've lost 3 bets in a row betting the Philadelphia 76ers. And I want to do it again. All right, so Houston should be in good shape for this one. Houston hasn't been playing well. If you guys remember, I picked Houston against the Spurs the other night. That was more a fate of the Spurs on a back-to-back than it was backing Houston. But Şengün's back. Eason's back as well. So Houston's in pretty good shape. Steven Adams, I think, is going to be out for another couple weeks. But as a whole, getting Eason back is big for the Rockets. And especially with Eason back, I trust Houston on the defensive side of the ball, 100%. They're a great defense, and you won't hear me questioning their defense. Thing is, do you really trust Houston to score points? I mean, Philadelphia's been losing games. It's because Maxey went ice cold one of the games. They couldn't rebound in one of the games. It's not because their defense has been bad. Philadelphia's been pretty consistent defensively. It looks like Embiid's going to play in this one. Not sure about Paul George. I think Paul George has missed, is that 3 in a row now? Let me check. There's an update. Now, Paul George still listed as questionable. I want to bet Philly. I don't think Houston is 2 points better than the Sixers in Philly. Philly really needs a win too. I think these teams are pretty close Philadelphia was playing really well before this little skid. I think this should probably be about a pick. So I'll put, in fact, I think, I have it right here. I put Philly -1 as my fair number. So I don't think I could sit here and lose another bet on the same team again. But I think Philly gets right here. So Philadelphia +2. Golden State, Dallas. I bet the Mavs in this one. And the line's moving against me. What else is new? So it's up to 4.5 now. I mean, how good do we consider Golden State to be without Jimmy Butler? I mean, it's Golden State. I think we're all kind of just assuming they'll figure it out. But based on what we've seen so far this year, this team is not good without him. So, yeah, Jimmy Butler's out for the year, by the way, in case you haven't heard. He's out for the season. So far this season, in the games Jimmy Butler hasn't played, Golden State has a 107 offensive rating. That's terrible. 109, 110 would be worse than the NBA. Now, it's only 7 games, so maybe just too small of a sample to even care about. But offense has been terrible without Jimmy Butler. He's also kind of the defensive anchor on the team as well. This team's just 2-5 without Jimmy Butler this year. So, look, I know we expect Golden State to figure it out, but I don't know. I don't know how good this team is without Jimmy Butler right now. And if you're thinking, well, who cares? They're only playing Dallas. Well, the Mavs are playing some defense right now. Look at the last 10 games. They're a top 5 defensive team. The Mavs just shut down the Knicks in Madison Square Garden in their last game. They went across the country to MSG, blanked the Knicks. They beat the hell out of the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. The Mavs are playing some defense right now. And remember, this game's in Dallas. Man, on the road, you will never hear me gassing up the Mavericks. But this team's 9-2 in their last 11 games at home, 9-2 against the spread. They're also coming into this one with some momentum. Dallas has taken 3 games in a row. They also could be healthier. There's a chance P.J. Washington and Daniel Gafford are both back for this game. That's not confirmed. Actually, I think P.J. Washington might be confirmed. But yeah, and they're healthier. I don't know how you lay 4.5 here with Golden State. Yeah, I'm on the Mavs, but I got a worse number. It's moving against me, so just not operating with an edge in this sport right now. Bulls, Timberwolves in Minnesota. So I agree with the moves in this one. When I was first looking at this one, it was 236.5 and 10. And I like the Bulls in over. And that's so far, that's where the direction things have moved. So I agree with the moves both on the side and total in this one. Again, Bulls might be getting Giddy back. I know I said that in the last game. He didn't end up playing, but actually didn't matter. The Bulls beat the hell out of the Clippers without Giddy in their last one. Now, Minnesota's in good shape as well. Still no Terrence Shannon Jr., but other than that, Minnesota's at full strength for this one. This Bulls offense has been scoring. They're actually 6th in offensive efficiency in the last 10 games. Played some easy opponents, but there was a good game against Houston's defense in there. They played a couple good defenses and still were able to score points. Now, I know on the road against a rested Minnesota defense isn't really ideal here for Chicago, especially considering they like to attack the paint. And when Gobert's on the floor, Minnesota's just so locked down on the interior. I guess you could say it's a little bit of a sleepy spot for the Wolves, though. This team's coming off 3 losses, so you would imagine they want to get right here at home. But also, they're just coming back from a road trip, much more important games than this. They've got back-to-back games against Golden State on deck, on national TV, too. So, in terms of this screenshot right here, this is by far the least important game on it. And, well, not at Milwaukee, equally as unimportant. But coming back from a road trip where they played some conference opponents, you got 2 games against Golden State on deck. I don't like the spot, really, scheduling-wise, for Minnesota. I'll put Bulls in over for this one, but this isn't one I'm particularly interested in. Spurs, Utah. I didn't even look at this one, to be honest. I skipped over it and I was like, I'll come back to that one later. And then I forgot that it existed till right now. So I didn't even look at this one. All right. Miami, Portland. I bet the Heat. Oh, wow. Okay. Finally. Looks like I might have done all right here. I got Heat plus 2.5. Yeah, look, Portland's playing well. This is a very brief description. This is just a sell high on the Blazers. Come on, guys. They're not this good. So Portland's been playing well, and I'm not trying to take credit away from them, but this is one of those where, like, all right, we know Miami is not better without Tyler Hero. That's a crazy statement to make. But, I mean, is Tyler Hero being out really moving the needle for us right now? So far this season, Miami's just 4-7 when Tyler Hero plays, 3-8 against the spread. They have an offensive rating of 108.7. Their offense has been terrible in the games Tyler Hero plays. Look at their numbers without Tyler Hero. They're 22-11 against the spread. That would make them one of the most profitable teams to bet in the entire NBA in the games Tyler Hero doesn't play. They've had an offensive rating over 115. So again, I want to reiterate, I'm not saying Miami is better without Tyler Hero. I'm saying right now, in terms of betting the Heat, Tyler Hero being out doesn't really move the needle. I mean, in fact, they've covered more at a much higher rate without him this year. Now, Portland's been great. They're 8-2 in their last 10, 8-2 against the spread. Avdia even missed a couple of these games. They've been very fortunate as far as the scheduling. If you take a look at who they've played, a little bit of an easy schedule. Look, I get it. Portland has been the better team. Not going to hear me argue that. They have been the better team, but the question is, are they the better team? And I think the answer to that has to be no. If you take a look at Portland's recent schedule and then compare it to Miami's recent schedule, if you look at Miami's recent schedule, this is kind of crazy. At Golden State, this is before the Butler injury. So the Heat just beat the Kings. So that just happened a couple nights back. Before that, at Golden State, Oklahoma City, Boston, Phoenix, who's awesome this year. At Golden State, then you have at Pacers. There's one easy game. At Minnesota. I mean, this Heat team has been through the gauntlet. If you rewind back before this gauntlet, the Heat had won 5 out of 6 games. Miami was playing pretty well. They just hit a gauntlet of a schedule. And they finally got a winnable game the other night against Sacramento. They handled their business. This is another winnable game. I think Miami should be short favorites here. So, yeah, I'm on Miami plus 2.5. I contemplated just taking the money line at the plus money, but I didn't. I actually bet this. I'm on the Heat. Plus 2.5 is what I got. Yeah, I gotta say that Heat team has been pretty impressive when Powell's on, when Powell's shots are falling and Adebayo. They're definitely a streaky team, but they can be really impressive at times. Last game up. I'm open to suggestions here. I'll put a poll up. I kind of want to bet the game just because it's Lakers Clippers, and who isn't going to be, if you're an NBA fan, you're going to be watching this. So first glance, if Kawhi Leonard plays, how do you not take the Clippers on almost a pick in this one, right? But I suppose if Kawhi Leonard plays is the most important part of that sentence, right? So Lakers Clippers are very, very short favorites here. As of right now, Kawhi Leonard is listed as questionable. Now, I thought he was going to play because a couple games back when he was ruled out, they sent him home. The Clippers were on a road trip. They sent him back to LA. I thought they sent him back to LA because he was scheduled to miss 2 games and he was supposed to play in this one. So maybe I misunderstood, but I didn't even realize there was a chance he wasn't going to play. I thought he was definitely playing in this game. So he's listed as questionable, so maybe I was wrong on that. Kawhi Leonard's listed as questionable in this one. Collins and Zubac's both going to play, not on the injury report. Both had been dealing with injuries. Lakers are in good shape outside of Austin Reeves, who's been out for a while. So if Kawhi Leonard plays, I think we can all agree that this number should probably be Clippers minus 3.5. Maybe that's a little much. 2.5, 3. I mean, the Clippers have been significantly better. But I also understand there's not a home court advantage for the Clippers here against the Lakers. So, yeah, maybe 2.5, 3 is a little bit pushing it. I'd say 2.5. The way these two teams have been playing, the Lakers can't seem to stop anybody. The Clippers have been significantly better. If Kawhi Leonard's playing, I think this should be 2.5, 3. But if he's not playing, I don't know. Probably Lakers -1, right? -1.5. I don't know. It's tough to say. I'm just spitballing. I don't have a bet in the game, as you probably could have figured out. I'm just spitballing. So I guess this comes down to: do you want to take a risk of placing a bet with the expectation of Kawhi Leonard playing or not playing? I guess is what it comes down to. So, all right. Thanks everyone for watching. Yeah. Have a good night. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.